Honorable nominee, my last question. Recently, there have been reports of some excavators that have been held or seized or kept at the port. You are going to the Transport Ministry to assist your minister. What immediate actions you bring on board to assist to ensure that these held excavators are released to owners?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I'm aware of the excavators that have been seized, but currently, His Excellency the President has formed or instructed that a 3-member committee be put together, which includes the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Transport, and Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources to look into that matter. So I'm very sure that very soon a comprehensive investigation will be done, and whatever the President decides, it will be released to the public. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm done.
Thank you very much. I will then give the floor to Honorable Tampoli. I'm told you have no question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. It's not likely to be the case. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to congratulate the honorable nominee, who is likely going to be a tenant in the office that I was a tenant in before. Looking at page 3 of your CV, I see your referees are Lieutenant General Augustine Blay, former Chief of Defense Staff, and the Papa himself, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. So your answers should be more or less with military and spiritual precision. It should be guided. Honorable nominee, road traffic accidents, so rampant. I don't know, it could be, attributable to the design of our roads, rascality on the part of drivers, and so on and so forth, or any other reason. What innovative or groundbreaking ideas do you have for your minister in order to curb the rate of road accidents in this country? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, road accidents are very concern to the whole nation. Experts say that 80% of these accidents are caused by human factor. And so when I'm giving the nod, I would assist my minister to make sure that we'll put into place measures that would curb that. For instance, by educating the general public, also making sure that we have emergency response system, effective emergency response system. We also need to put up signage, clear signage, and also put in place like cameras that will detect speed limits and all that. But most importantly, making sure that we enforce the existing laws and regulations to make sure we strengthen them so that it will curb the accidents on our road. For instance, I see these bigger trucks. They cause most of the accidents. They destroy our roads and also cause more accidents because if you go to the US, for instance, they have like a weighing station whereby when they move from one place to the another, they will stop, weigh the goods they are carrying, and if it's too much, they will take some. Over here, we don't have it in Ghana, and even if we do, the laws are not being enforced. So like I said, I will support my minister to make sure we implement or we enforce laws that would curb the accident on our roads. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you very much.
I'll take you to electric buses. Electric buses. Sometime in November last year, Metro Mass received 10 electric buses. under the auspices of the Ministry of Transport. The contract at the time was for 100 buses. The need for those buses, have you done any research to know the impacts of those buses in terms of the ticketing price vis-a-vis the vehicles that are using diesel especially, and to advise whether or not we should continue to bring in more of such buses? Do you think they are necessary for us to have more of them in the system? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The introduction of the electric buses are very important because they are environmentally friendly and cheaper. Like you said, 100 were ordered, I was told, but 10 were received. And out of the 10 currently, is only 4 that are working. The other 6 have electrical issues or charging problems, which my minister has worked on that and resolved it. And so it's a very good initiative. Education has taken place. 13 regions have had that education. And so when I'm giving the nod, I'll support my sector minister to make sure that we visit the rest of the regions and educate the public, because it's cheaper, like I said, and it's also environmentally friendly. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, the minister is sitting too close to the nominee. I think he wants to be guiding her, but she's capable, Minister.
Please.
She is very capable.
Please, you are to ask question. Honorable Tampoli, we have a third day.
Mr. Chairman, my last question. The railway workers have recently, embarked on some kind of sit-down strike. Your ministry portfolio has been enlarging by the addition of the railway sector to the ministry. Now, the railway line from Tema to Mpakadam, is it still operating? And if it is operating, what are the solutions to the strike action that have been embarked upon by the railway sector workers? And if they are not operating, what do you plan to do, especially to help your minister to be able to get them back on stream? I thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The railway, the Mpakada railway station or railway place will be operating very soon. I had a little briefing with my minister, and he said very soon it will be in operational. It will be in, it will start being operated. So.
Mr. Chairman, I have no further question.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And I will then proceed to give the floor to Honorable Ajay.
Thank you, Chairman. Nominee, congratulations.
Thank
Chairman,
you, Mr. Chair.
I've known the nominee to be very diligent. She's one who is affable. I'm saying this because I'm the caucus chairman, and she's one of the women who have always sought for the interest of women and the youth. So, nominee, I've seen that in your CV, you were the deputy ranking for lands and natural resources from 2024 to January. The ministry, with reference to railways, have issues and challenges with land encroachment and many more. Will you avail yourself to the minister of your vast experience in land management to ensure that titling and control of encroachment have been managed properly? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Mr. Chair, those are purely administrative issues, and I'm not at the ministry yet. When I get there, when the committee approve me and I get there, I will assist my minister to make sure we look into those issues and resolve them. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I don't think that I need to bother my wonderful and smart lady from the region, other than to commend her and again to congratulate her on this appointment. So I also want to know from you, this is not a question, but to admonish you. There's so much of youth involvement these days in politics and in governance. Will you avail yourself to the minister, providing him with all it takes to help manage some of the women and lady issues in the ministry? Because, you know, for the Ministry of Transport, we have the Civil Aviation, Maritime Authority, and many more. A lot of young women there, and women empowerment that has to come on board. Please, will you avail yourself to the minister to use that competence of yours in these areas? Thank you.
Honorable James, you say you will not ask questions, you will just admonish her. But you have ended up asking a question. Honorable nominee, your response.
Yes, I will. I'll make sure that I avail myself and work with my minister to make sure that we help in that regard. Thank you.
So, Mr. Chairman, I think this is the last comment. On behalf of the regional caucus, I want to congratulate her on this occasion and wish her very well. I know she's going to work with one of the smartest and the competent ministers. I've known him. As a chairman for Roads and Transportation Committee, I've no doubt at all that she will perform. So, thank you so very much. Congratulations once more.
Thank you, Honorable Ajay Mensah. I will proceed to give the floor to Honorable Eli Plim Akurugo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Congratulations, my sister.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Many say you are not approachable, you are not friendly. When you meet them, even at the lobby, you just pass by them. I want to find out, how are you going to work with people in the ministry, and how is your working relationship going to be with your subordinates in the ministry? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I really don't know. And then, of course, they really don't know me, because anybody that knows me knows that I'm very affable, I'm loving and caring, and it translates in whatever I do, even in my constituency. I mean, they know me to be down-to-earth person, and so I know I'll work very well with the ministry that I'm going to. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, that is all for now. Congratulations, my sister. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. I will proceed to give the floor to Honorable Chiwete. You have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, if you may permit me, on page 2 of CV, under the leadership positions held, bullet 1, 2, 3, the 4th bullet, she has a member government assurances caucus. I do know assurances is a committee, so if we may correct that, I may stand wrong, but I think it should be a committee. Assurances committee, not assurances caucus. We have population caucus, but assurances is a committee. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, my question to the nominee is, Honorable, considering the carnage on our roads, we all here are representative of people from our various constituencies. Will you encourage every MP to be an ambassador for road safety in his or her constituency? Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Yes, I think it's very important. It has to start from us being the members of parliament. We represent the people, and so when we speak, they listen. So we should take it upon ourselves to be the educators, to educate our various constituencies. Thank you.
Any further questions?
Mr. Chairman, I don't have further questions, except to indicate that she hasn't supplied me a checker for a very long time. Thank you.
Honorable Chiwete, you are not supposed to use our platform to request for a checker. Alaji Umar, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chairman. Honorable nominee, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I think I have only one question for you. And it has to do with the ministry that you are going to. What practical strategies will you recommend to tackle the encroachment on transport infrastructure in the country?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Like I said earlier, those are purely administrative issues, and so when I'm giving the nod, I will assist my minister to make sure we put in place or we find solutions to that. Thank you.
I wish you well.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Uma. Yes, I will proceed to give the floor to Honorable Patrick Yabuama.
Mr. Chairman, the nominee, congratulations, Honorable Member, anyway.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Reading your CV, you've indicated that you love to travel a lot and that you've provided over 4,000 women and youth with some credit facilities in Jomoro.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
4,000?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And credit facilities, you indicated. But you are not a financial institution, Member of Parliament. How did you achieve this?
So it was a program I put together, but I did it through the Jomoro Rural Bank. So I was more so like a guarantor. I guaranteed the loan, and so they were paying it through the bank. So it was a loan from the bank, but there was no interest, nothing. And I was able to do that for about 4,000 women in my constituency.
That's very impressive. My last and final question, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Chair, you went through a lot. The Citizenship Amendment Act to the Constitution is the 1990 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana Amendment Act 96. And it details those who qualify to hold certain positions, including members of Parliament. Last night, social media was awash with the president nominating a South Korean national to be our ambassador to the Republic of South Korea. I know I've checked, and I realized that the gentleman has handed in his passport to the High Commission. You went through some turmoil with your citizenship, and I'm sure it took a toll on you during your term as a Member of Parliament. Can you tell us a bit about what you went through, what necessitated that, and your advice to people who may be sitting around the table with dual nationality and other documents that they've not disclosed to Parliament? Mr. Chair, that's my last question, but I want to wish you the very best. God bless you.
Thank you. So, Mr. Chairman, it wasn't easy for 2.5 years. I was back and forth, from court. It wasn't easy at all. It's something I wouldn't wish it on anybody. But since it's been closed, the case is closed in court, I don't think I want to go into detail on that. But what I can say is that it was not easy for me, and I thank God that at the end of it all, I was able to sail through successfully. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Jerry Ahmed Shaib, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I want to, first of all, congratulate the nominee and also wish her well. Chair, I have a few questions. The first one is on the very high clearing cost and port congestion. I think they move or work hand in hand. The fact that the clearing costs at the ports are high, people are unable to clear their goods. And this is a major problem for the Ghanaian people. As you go in as Deputy Minister, do you have any ideas, any plans you intend to share with your minister so that we take care of this high clearing cost and congestion? Congestion to the extent that some containers cannot even be found. We saw the Minister of Energy come to make such a... So can you please come up with some suggestions as to how to, as it were, reduce the high clearing cost and consequently high congestion at the ports?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I'm aware of the high cost that Honorable Leader is talking about, but it's a concern to His Excellency the President. He wants businesses to thrive, and so it's something that he's working on it with my sector minister. And so when I'm approved, I will, with his directive, we'll put our heads together and take directives from His Excellency the President and see how best we can resolve the congestion and the high taxation that you're talking about. Thank you.
Any further question?
Yes, follow up on that one. So with this, it's come to our notice that some vehicles that are of a certain year, maybe 10 years, and so we are in 2025, so a vehicle that is about 2014 or 2012, there are some extra charges or penalties, and that amounts to some high cost. So some of these cars are still kept there. Would you, as a nominee, make a proposal that, or suggest to your minister that, and perhaps to the president, that we should perhaps let these penalties be waived so that people still can clear their vehicles?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I will do that, but it will be at the discretion of my sector minister and His Excellency the President. But definitely, I'll make those suggestions and see how best we can work together on that. Thank you.
So, thank you, Chair. Chair, my second question, I know the nominee to have traveled wide. I'm sure one of the places she may have gone to, which most of the people on the table may have been, is the UK, and the use of train. Therefore, I'm talking about railway. Do you have any other plans? Do you have any plans in getting Ghana enforce the use of railways? First of all, make sure we have railways all over the place, especially from Jomoro to Accra or Tema, especially for goods. You want to cut goods from Jomoro to Accra. Would you suggest to your minister and the president how we can perhaps put this out there and get railway functioning?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, I will do that. Because, I think my suggestion, one of the things that when I'm giving the nod, I will work with my sector minister to look into is to open it up for private investment or investors to come on board to see how we can revamp the sector to make it viable to help us as a country. Thank you.
Would you recommend a railway line from Jomoro to Tema?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I will. Because, I mean, it would help. Yes. Yes. Yes, I will.
Mr. Chair, when the nominee was being sworn in, I could feel a very different accent. And in the subject matter, and
so
all,
you want to ask a question?
And the bank, yes, I'm asking a question, Chair. I want to be convinced that the nominee is a full-time Ghanaian and therefore can recite the national pledge.
Well, the question is, he wants to ascertain whether you can recite the national pledge. No, the question is, can you or you cannot?
I can, but if you can waive the question for me, I can.
Very well. Your question has been answered.
Mr. Chair, I'll let it pass.
Thank you very much. I will give the floor to Honorable Haji Aladi Ayamba.
Thank you very much. Jerry, stop it. My dear sister, congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, they've been expecting that I'll tell you that congratulations and bye-bye. But I won't do that. You know why? Because, Chairman, let me restate this. They believe that we cannot speak the English language. That is why we go that way. They do not know that we do it on purpose. I've looked at your CV, I've listened to you, and I appreciate you, how far you have come. I know you will do and put up your best. Your responses sends a message. You have simply told me that you are just there, because all your responses are that with the minister. You know where you are, you know where you are going to, and you know how you are going to do it. So I only wish you the best. The question I want to ask you is that you mentioned in your response to one of the first persons that asked you about how trucks carrying heavy loads do spoil our roads and what have you. And it's quite bad, because I'm on the Roads and Transport Committee, and I know that just 1 kilometer of asphalted road is more than $1 million, which is too much. Will you suggest to your minister that you work hand in hand with the Minister for Roads to ensure that trucks do not load more than necessary, and that you will take the trouble to be part and parcel of getting first-hand information, not sitting and being an armchair deputy minister? Will you do that? I want a short answer, no long stories.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, I will do that. Thank you.
Great. You spoke about how you supported 4,000 women. So I don't doubt your support for women. You've also mentioned that the transport sector is a sector where most women are left out. It's not because they can't. You know, we women, wherever we put ourselves, yes, we can, and we will do it, and do it better than the men. I know your minister very well. Will you support him to ensure that there are more women, especially driving our public buses, which would be in your domain? I've seen a few, but I want more. And will you ensure and support him that for every sector where there is transportation or transportation works, any organization, that you would have the 30% women being recruited if the opportunity arises? So it's 2 in 1. One is a yes, and then the other one, you can say whatever you want to say.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, the first answer to the first question is yes. And the other one is I will definitely do that, to work hand in hand with my minister when I'm giving the nod, to make sure that every area that we can push to bring women there, I will do so. Like I said earlier in my introduction, I said I'm very passionate about women empowerment. So that is an area that I'm known for. Even in my constituency, when it comes to area of women and children and people with disability, I do not play with that. And so I will work hand in hand with my minister to make sure that we give the space to the women, and not just at the bottom, but at the decision level. Thank you.
Chairman, she is an MP worth it. She has gone through a lot. She has struggled, but she has always made herself visible, and she's always been there. We are members of parliament. Women, for now, I think we are 41 or so, either 40 or 41. I don't want to tell, and then, so we are 41. And if you are to make projections, give education, support women, especially in that sector, you have not less than 41 women whom you can easily discuss and bring to the fore so that they will support you to achieve your aim in getting more women. Will you come back to Parliament and ensure that you work with the Women Caucus, notwithstanding who is coming from where? Because I know that your place, you do not know that I've been to Shama before. I've been to Shama, I came and worked there when your Honorable Asirfi was there, so I know that place. So, will you come back and ensure that you work with us so that we will help in projecting the sector in our various places? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, I will. Thank you.
So, very fast, very quick. I wish you the best. You can always count on me and count on the rest. And don't hesitate. We will support you and ensure that women are realized. And I will thank the president very, very much. The last 4 appointments he made, 3 women, 1 man. I'm the happiest. I ate TZ that day like it was no one's business. So take care of yourself and work harder.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. I'll proceed to give the floor to Honorable Patricia Piaget, Deputy Ranking Member.
Right. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate our sister on the other side for being given such a huge responsibility. The responsibility, as we see it, is something, the number of issues and challenges within your sector, which we, as a nation, needs to address. So I would first like to find out from you whether you know that there's a Road Traffic Act in existence, and whether that act, the original one, and whether that act has been amended, and what it seeks to address. Thank you.
As well. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think I didn't get the question very well. If Honorable Patricia can repeat the act.
I'll give you a brief about that. And I know that the Road Traffic Act was enacted. The earlier one is Act 683. And the subsequent one, the amended one, is the Act 761. The reason why I'm asking you this is that it has been amended because of the challenges within our transport system. Because if in order to ensure that movement is smooth, people have accessibility, and we need sustainable roads to ride on. These things have been taken care of. As a deputy minister, You always come to Parliament and you hear that when questions are being put to ministers, ministers don't normally find the time to attend to the floor of Parliament because currently most of them don't even have deputies. Once you are going to be the deputy, I suspect you will be the face of Parliament and your ministry or your sector. So I'm looking at the situation where we have enacted laws for movement of transport and all that. And all these enactments, all these laws are being flouted. When people flout the laws, no penal, how are you going to ensure that we have a transport committee in Parliament? And therefore, there's the need to review these acts to give implementation of this thing to it. So how are you going to ensure that you will recommend to your minister to ensure that we review these ones to make it a bit biting? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Yes, when I'm giving the nod, I would check with my minister and sit with him and see how best and suggest some, or make some recommendations and take it before the committee to see how best we can make that work. But currently, I think it's been reviewed. It's been reviewed. So I would liaise with my minister and see how best we can make changes to make things better. Thank you.
Much honorable. The revised national transport policy emphasizes accessibility. It also emphasizes inclusivity and sustainability. And all these emphasis is aiming to create a transport system that serves all Ghanaians, regardless of age, ability, or socio-economic status. However, many transport systems, such as Trotro, are not designed with persons to accommodate persons with disability. And you know our rural areas too, it lacks some connectivity. How would you assist your minister to ensure that transport policies prioritize inclusivity and sustainability, particularly for the marginalized groups and rural communities? Thank you, my sister.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, when I'm giving the nod, I would, together with my minister, sit and see how best we can look into the challenges that you have mentioned and see how best we can make it work for everybody. So nobody will be left behind. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Earlier on, a question was asked of you, whether, what recommendation would you make to your minister on the issue of electric vehicles? And you know the challenges that we have at the moment. Are you sure? The first question is, are you sure we have enough EVs or charging system? If we don't have enough, do you think it should discourage Ghana to reintroduce them and ensure the use of electric transport system? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, with the briefing I had with my minister, I was told that 10 buses are currently in Ghana. Of course, 100 were ordered, 10 were delivered. 4 of them are working. The other 6 has problems with the charging system, but he has resolved that and also made contact with the company that initially started. So they are making it better where it will be able to accommodate that. So changes have taken place. And so I will work once again with my minister to make sure that, because it's a good thing, like I said earlier, it's environmentally friendly and also cheaper. And so once we're able to sensitize the public and let them know the benefits and all that, I think it would work. So we'll find good companies that will be able to give us the best. So I'll work with my minister to see how best we can do that so that we can be part of the global world, because that is what everybody is transitioning into, and Ghana should be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nominee. You've answered excellently on this. So my next question I want to put to you is that what kind of transport mix would you recommend? Currently, look at our railway system. Do you think improving on our railway system and then looking at even the tram system, which will also require electrification, will be something that you will recommend in future for implementation in looking at our transport mix at this point in time? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, that is something that I'll consider and look at it together with my minister when I'm giving the nod to see how best we can revamp that sector, because it would benefit the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think your exposure to living in other parts of this world encourages you to have such a bright future for the transport system in our country. And I'm going to pray for you that you work at it and ensure that you will have a very wide transport mix and mobility will not be a challenge as we are facing now in the country. Thank you very much, and I think that's all that I have for you. Thank you, congratulations.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. And Honorable Patricia is a mentor to me. She inspires me a lot. Of course, all the women, ever since I came to Parliament, I've been emulating, learning from her. She encourages most of us, and she's part of the reason why, in Parliament, I'm able to do most of the things that I do. And so I want to take this opportunity to thank her as well for being a mentor.
Thank you very much. I will give the floor to Honorable Rickett Kweku-Hagan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Nominee, my sister, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I have no doubt in your ability, your competence, your resilience of what you've been through to do this job. Transport is a huge place. But then you have a very able minister who is also a member of this House. So I know you will be in good hands. Your job basically is to follow what your minister, who makes the policy, will ask you to do. And then be able to offer advice if he asks for one. But I know that you do a good job. I mean, the questions that have been asked here and the answers you've given, I have no doubt that you do well. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much. Yes.
You want me to continue?
Well, you have exhausted your time. I do not know what instruction the leader has given.
For leader, he said
you want to ask a question for?
I cannot ask him, but he said he's coming.
But the difficulty is how we can be waiting. Yes. Well, we are done. I will use the opportunity to congratulate you and thank you very much for attending upon the committee and responding to questions. We would acknowledge the presence of your revered guests, and thereafter you are discharged. You hear from the committee.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I'm most grateful.
Thank you very much, Chair. I will acknowledge the guests who accompanied Honorable Dorcas here this morning to support her. Nana Adai Blade III, MPM Chief, Nana Twenebua the First, Amokwam Swazu Chief, Nana Ya Jindo the Third, Ghana Nungwa Queen Mother, Obahima Evia Panyere, Kabin La Soise Queen Mother, Tufuhini Eric Isya Bonyere Tufuhini, Francine Yakun Kofi, daughter, Lionel Kofi, daughter, Emmanuel Ajiman Toffey, son, Charles Ni Ama Jr., son, Mr. Kofi Asma, family friend, General Augustine Blay, Council of Elder for Jomoro constituency, Uncle Pepe Mana Yera, family friend, Nana Acha, brother-in-law, Mrs. Efia Acha, sister, and Pastor Stephen Bedu, family pastor, Abubakar Amadou, MP's personal assistant, Dr. Francis Hoba, MP's manager, John Kessie, Anthony, Honorable Benedict Bwedi, MCE, Emmanuel Ndaku Benley, Constituency Secretary, Agnes Inria, Constituency Woman Organizer, Nana Toku, NDC Western Region Chairman, and last but not the least, Charles Edu Fojo, NDC Western Regional Organizer. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming.
Very well, all regional chairmen, you are duly acknowledged. Thank you very much.